All right, guys, so we have some geometry stuff to continue with, and hopefully me doing it this way is going to help you out. So if the rectangular solid shown above has a volume of 54 cubic inches, what is the volume of x in inches? So this whole thing, right, the volume is all the inside, right? So here our formulas are volume equals length times width times height. So we just label them length times width times height. And then we just plug and chug, right? 54, 3, 2x, and x. We simplify, 3 times 2 is 6, x times x is x squared. We divide 6 to both sides, you get 9, x squared, square root both sides, x equals 3. I know I just kind of plays through that, but yes, that is how you do that one. The hard part is just setting it up. Final answer, B. Boom. All right, the next one. Each side of a cube is a square with an area of 81 square centimeters. What is the volume of the cube in cubic centimeters? Again, we have a volume and we have cube. Those are key words that we want to look at. So then we have our nice cube here, right? Boom, boom, boom. So we know that cubes are all the same size. So the cube has all sides equal, right? So volume is length times width times height, and they're all equal to each other. So we could get the bottom of it, right? And then we just bring it over. Area equals 81. How do we know that? Because it is given, right? Instead of a cube square with an area of 81, so a side, right? So we have 81. We know it's a cube and a square, and all the sides are equal. So L is equal to W. So then we have just substituted it in, right? So L times L is L squared. 81 square rooted, right? Then we have square root 81 is 9. L equals 9. Also W equals 9. So then we use this information, plug it in, but we know these are all the same. So it's just 9 times 9 times 9, or 9 to the third. And that is how we find our answer, right? Boom. So hopefully if you're having trouble, right, following along, just pause there, rewatch the video, go through the steps, and hopefully that helps you clear up any questions, any misunderstandings. All right, so if each edge of a cube is 2 units long, what is the distance from any vertex corner of the cube to the cube's center? So here, the corner of the cube, right? So it's kind of hard to draw 3D on 2D paper. We have this, and it's the center of the cube, the center, right? So it's the center, not the sides, but the center. So from any vertex, right, to the center, right? We're trying to find out what's that distance. So in order to do that, we draw a cube, right? And then we take the bottom out and we transfer it over here so you can see a flat picture. So this line here is this here. So we do the Pythagorean theorem. We solve for it, right? And it's this here. But then we have to use this 3D object now. So now we're going to get the triangle in the center of it. So I don't know if you guys can see that, but there is a triangle there in the center. Right, it's just kind of a little slice, right, like a little cheesecake slice or whatever you guys like. And we bring it over here, and then we just add numbers to it, We do the Pythagorean theorem, right? And then we find out that our C is 2 square root of 3, but we want the center of it, so the center, right? So 2 square root of 3 over 2, right, divided by 2, is just square root of 3. These cancel out into 1. So then final answer here is, run out of screen space, boom, great. So zoom in. And now that is how you do that one. It takes a bit. Yeah, I know I'm kind of going to zoom through this, but it's better than nothing, right? So hopefully this helps you understand. Now the next one, it's the same concept, right? But this time it's just, we have a real life, tube in here, right? So we just do the same thing. We get the bottom of the face here. We transfer this rectangle over here, and we just add the numbers, do the Pythagorean theorem, right? We get our answer as C equals 5 feet. So now this pink, I try to keep the color coordination going. The pink here is the bottom, right? Which is the same as this one. But at the same time, this now becomes this bottom here because, again, like the other one, we're getting the slice of this inner rectangular prism. We're getting this flat cheesecake slice, right? So we're getting that slice, and now we're bringing it all the way over here. So now we apply the numbers 5, 2, set that equal to t, go through the steps, right? And then a final answer is t square root of 29, right? That is how you do that one. Again, it takes about 5 minutes to do it, maybe 10 if to set up everything and draw nice pictures. B, final answer. That look weird. All right, and now the last one. It's a bit complicated, and it took me quite a while to just understand it and just kind of be able to explain it. But what we have going on here is we have this shaded area, right? What we want to know is the arc length. So we know that this is a radii of 1, right? So we want to find its perimeter. So not the area, but we want to find the perimeter. So the perimeter is just the outside, right? But in order for us to do that, we had to draw these triangles. And since these are equilateral triangles and the distance is 1, then we know that 60, 60, 60 adds up to 180, right? So then 60 plus 60, so this means that the center angle, right, is 120. So the whole circle is 360, right, the whole circle, right? But then if we divide 360 by 120, that tells us that it's 3, which is 1/3 of the circle. So the arc length is 1/3 of the circle. So then we use the arc length formula, so which is degrees times 2 pi r all over 360. So I like writing it this way because you guys can see the process, see the steps what you guys are doing. So then we plug in the degrees, right? Where else do you see degrees? It's the center angle. It's 120, 2 pi r. The radius of each is 1, so it is given. We plug it in, we simplify. 240 over 360. It is 2 over 3 pi, but since we have 2 arcs, so the length is here, which is 2 pi over 3, we multiply it by 2, which gives us 4 pi over 3 for the perimeter of the shaded part. So that is our answer for the perimeter, right? Again, pause it, rewatch it like 100 times. I know I have to watch it still because it is a lot to take in, and especially in a few amount of time. So that is how you do those. Let me know if you have any questions, comments, or concerns. Again, hopefully you have a great day, and make sure you guys keep it PG. Don't do anything radar.